Yo, 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 what's up, everyone? Welcome to Reckless Reviews here on Knowledge and Relationships. The show will always continue to go on, even if we take our periodically breaks. But what up, sophisticated jerk man? Good to see you as always. How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing good, man. How you been?
Oh man, I'm doing well, man. Taking things day at a time, man.
No, I feel
But
you. I feel you.
but
So I
other
know
than
you. I
that,
know you
man,
got some good topics for us today, man. What you cooked up for us?
hey man, look, I'm gonna just say this, man. Look, shout outs to all the celebrity women out there that's always be on social media giving us something that we could talk about. So, uh, I normally I probably would have like touched on 58 Fox, but right now Ebony K. Williams is beating today's scenes, man. And
Damn,
right now,
she back in the news right now.
yeah, man, she's back in the news, man. Like, trying to become actually is working on to becoming a single mom. So, oh boy, you know what? Let me go ahead. I'm gonna just play like a reaction video again. Shouts to O'Shea Dude Jackson. Um, he definitely breaks down things down like a lot. So let's go ahead. We're gonna put Ebony K. Williams, man, on trial on this one because I think it's blasphemous when a woman basically is what do you call like those pharmacies, sophisticated jerk, where as a woman you just go to the clinic and then you just get like the sperm, man, and then pretty much you just
Like
become the mother and
in
father.
vitro fertility clinics.
The fertility clinics, yes, yes. So yeah, man. So she went down to a fertility clinic, and she wanted to become the mama and the daddy. So
Damn.
she chose the route to become a single mom, and actually a couple of I think it was like a year or two ago, she was actually advocating for women to pretty much go to those clinics, get those like those eggs or whatever frozen. I think it's called Cairo something, right? Cairo freeze. And then that way when you're ready to become a mother, a single mother like her, then hey, you do what you need to do, I guess. But
It's a
anyways,
damn
let me go
shame.
ahead and play this because I feel like this definitely does affect the black community, definitely for sure. Anyways, let's go. Fair use as always.
I know that you don't believe me, so I have some proof to back that up, and then I'll come back.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise. So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because Black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests.
All right.
Yeah, I was about to say pause right there.
Back at it, talking, running her mouth again. And you see why it's so
mean,
hard for her to find a man?
Yeah, I mean, this is sad, and I think she wants to try to make it a case of like, Black women, everybody's kind of against you and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's just a bad position because at the end of the day, man, it's just you kind of messed up in life because you have a lot of options, man. Like pretty woman, successful, but it's just like a lot of time when people don't want to check their own like I'll say flaws and bad behaviors. It turns into this thing, man, where like, oh, you guys are going to be mad because we're going to take ownership of our life. It's like, man, you better had ownership of your life. You just, like I said, were probably insufferable, had a bad personality, and now you put yourself in this position where, because if I'm not mistaken, her ex too was a white dude. So it's like, damn, she done like went outside the race, which is no issue. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, they don't even want to fuck with you like that. So it's like at a certain point, it's just like, man, you can't just come out here and just be like, look, you know what, man, I'm not a good partner, mate, and this is why I'm in this position. But it's just like now she's trying to cast it into like, hey, sisters, this is another option for us. And it's just terrible, man, because even though she got the money and resources to, have a kid on her own, so financially she could do it. But, there's that ego and that foolish pride, because it's like, man, I got a son, me and my wife are together. Man, it is hard as hell to raise a kid. It's time consuming. And especially like if you're a professional person. So it's kind of self-centered in a way where it's just like, man, you're putting your kid at a disadvantage, by like, having a kid by yourself, man, because like I said, with two people, it's time consuming. So I could just imagine one person that is involved in a lot of stuff. Cause I mean, she's all over the place. I know she got like a couple businesses, on TV and stuff. So it's just like, how are you going to really balance all that? Then you're probably going to have to get the nannies, you're going to be reliant on like daycare and stuff like that. So very selfish position, to end up in.
I think for her, like, she would be like, like well taken care of as far as like, for the baby's needs, because I believe like roughly approximately and allegedly she makes around like over 400,000 a year. I'll say allegedly. But again, like it's the detriment for the Black community, because we keep preaching about how fathers need to be stepdaddies and how to like, come and raise someone else's kids. We talk about fathers' homes in the Black community that needs to be eliminated, and we need more fathers into our lives. But when you have bitter single women who want to have kids like, on their own without the dad in the picture, you're actually doing a disservice to your kids once they grow up. Now for her, I believe that she's like expecting to have a daughter. Now when the daughter grows up, what is the daughter going to think about men? Because I'm for sure the mother's going to tell her, you don't need no man. Look at me. Look how successful I am. I brought you into this world without the help of a man, which technically you still need the sperm of a man in order for the child to be conceived. But again, it's the teaching that you're telling young women and children as well, that men are not an important value into our livelihood, especially in the Black community. This other thing I was thinking, because somebody was like saying this from another YouTube channel. Somebody was saying that the person who's donating the sperm to her, couldn't the guy at maybe some point, could he be I'm not gonna say the word sued, but couldn't they get him for like, I won't say child support, but something, right? If you don't,
not if they signed off on certain things.
All right, I just want to make sure, because I don't know why like there was lingering too, like a lot of people saying like the person could get got or whatever, but no, I feel for sure like if you go into a clinic, you donate your sperm, there gotta be some type of contract. But
yeah, because it's like they'll sign from I don't know about none of this, but I'm pretty sure like if whoever donated it is like, you sign it over to the clinic, it's clean cut, and then that person that like picks up this, it belonged to the clinic, so he's cut from all ties of like parenting and stuff like that. Unless he wants to release information, he could probably be contacted and stuff like that. But as far as like financial responsibility, I don't think he'll be on the hook for that.
Okay.
But yeah, I was just looking it up. So her net worth she's about 3 million. So yeah, definitely got the finances. But I like what you was talking about, because I didn't think about that until you said it. Yeah, how she's gonna raise like the daughter, because already she's kind of. I like what you was talking. With you, because like what you were mentioning, it's just she does seem pretty bitter. So, and she has some resentment towards guys. So I do think like when she's raising her daughter, that could come out. When people raise their kids and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a good point. That typically happens, and I don't think people do it intentionally, but subconsciously, I think if you're mad, sometimes you do kind of pass that anger down to your kids and stuff. So yeah, nah, she is kind of putting her kid at a disadvantage. I hope she cleans up some of her personality and behaviors before she jumps into that, because just the way she started that video, man, it was pretty like, you know, jaded and directed towards guys like somebody did her wrong or something like that. But it's just like, hey, like I've said before, this is based on your decisions and, you know, probably how picky she was and difficult to deal with, where she's in this position that she has to take this now.
Yeah. And that's the consequence that you have to like really be willing to accept. And I mean, you know, last time when we covered a topic on her, and of course she's still hell bent on this black men and female relationship. I mean, she made the choice. You know, if she's willing to accept, like, hey, not being with someone because she can't find nobody that's up here, because here's a thing. All right. A lot of women have to really understand that. You know, I'm all for like a person that's ambitious, that's going for their career. And I think it's really great. But when you're making a certain amount of money, you have to kind of understand that if you're looking for that type of person who's making more than you, who's doing better than you, that you could look up to, those chances are, if you carry that type of attitude, that man that's in that type of status is already going to look at you and say, look, I could get myself like a Latina. I could get myself a Becky. I could get myself like a Chung Lee. You know what I mean? I could get myself a Pocahontas. I could get myself any quality type of women that I could get. Right. Shouts to Native Americans, you know. But I have options. And I know like it's superficial, because like these are men that leverage their money to get certain women that they want, but they don't have to be committed to them. You know, they're just pretty much like paid escorts. Salutes to Stan.
What's good, Stan?
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, happy National Simp Day from the 4th or the 3rd.
and happy drizzle
National Simp Day.
Hey, man, look, a lot of us probably wouldn't gotten here if it wasn't for the simps.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, Lord knows, knocking on wood, in my simp days, I know I probably got some kids out there. There's some stuff I did.
You said you got some floating around?
Yo, there's some stuff I did. I'm ashamed. Even my uncles had to grab the belt and just like and spank me on my legs. As a full-grown 30-year-old, they had to do it. They're like,
so you was out here wild, then. But real quick, Stan, did you catch the beginning of this video?
Oh yeah, Eboni Cat.
Hey, run it back one more time. What's up, Dark Lake? Run it back one more time. Yeah, start it from the beginning, because I want to make sure I catch all the bitterness and the desperation in her voice,
in her soul. Yeah. We could go back real quick. All right, hold on. Again, you know, as always, everybody, you know, fair use. Okay, let's go ahead. We're gonna play the video. All right,
and then I'll come back.
Black women are availing ourselves to all of the options that our hard work and circumstances currently afford us. And that means that single motherhood by choice is going to be an option that more and more Black women consider and even exercise. So anybody that's in their feelings about that can go ahead and start to process right now. Because Black women that have the privilege to embark upon this expensive and oftentimes lengthy process will increasingly decide to forego marriages and partnerships that do not serve us and that are not in our best interests. And now that bypassing those insufficient relationships does not have to come at the expense of motherhood, well, frankly, it's a whole new world. A world in which Black women are no longer subject to the desperation of being chose, because now we get to do the choosing. And as we choose, we do have to contend with the reality of a dismally small supply of Black sperm. Because most Black women on this journey, we want to create children that look like us and that look like our families. And that means we want Black sperm. And as we heard from Reese Brooks, it's the definition of slim pickings. And sometimes that means compromising on this aspect of your journey. Now, I am extremely fortunate that I was able to secure 2 vials of Black sperm from California Cryobank when I embarked on this part of my journey last fall. But I do know that I am an outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single Black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later.
Okay.
Number 1.
Hold on, pause real quick before we jump into her tips.
Oh man.
So let me get this straight. We're not good enough to date unless you own a bus, number 1. We're not good enough to date because or good enough to get married because we have low expectations and we are C students and everything else. We don't go to college, right? We don't make the money that they make, but yet you still need our sperm.
Exactly.
This was.
Go
ahead, Sam.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Because I'm going to.
I was going to say this is like hypocrisy at its finest, and this is where, because when she first made the like bus driver video, it's like, man, that's your preference. Me and Manic, we did a video. We're like, hey, man, like, don't be mad at her. That's her preference. Because it's like if she got herself to a certain level, you can't be mad at what you strive for. But the flip side of that is you have to be able to attract that. So I think that's the issue with a lot of these women, where it's just like they want to, like in M3, you were kind of breaking it down. It's just like, okay, they're shooting this high because they want the very top guy. But at a certain point, it's like, man, you got to be realistic. You got to.
I got to call Cap. I'm so sorry.
No. Hey, man, that's what they want. But it's like they're not able to attract that person. So it's just at this point where she's having an issue is like she don't want to, it's like she lacks awareness.
Or the reality that we all seen. All these women with PhDs that we've known and who their boyfriend is. He been selling weed from his backpack for 20 years. And that's who you got pregnant by. Why you got your PhD?
No, but in her case, man, she ain't got no kids. Huh?
I have to call Cap. They be saying it's a struggle to find a man, but you already got one. He gave you Demon D. When he gave you Demon D and gave you that demon spawn, you should have gone and got married with him. Because, like, you make the money. It costs to be the boss.
Yeah, look, but I think, because I agree with you in a certain, but I'm saying in her case, man, because she's like, she's a multi-millionaire, so she wants a millionaire. You know how they'll be like, I want somebody on my level or above. So
on her level, right?
On her level, above,
right?
Or now, even close.
She said she was married before.
No, she was.
And there was the guy that was a student, and that was not even good enough for her, and they had divorced, and she didn't like paying for stuff. And then she was like engaged to a white man, and then that didn't work out because he wanted to be with his kids during the C-19, season of our lives. I would say with the cop out for me with her is that when she says she dated all races and then aimed towards black men, that was like a scapegoat. Because I'm like, nah, you dated all races. And let's keep it real. There are different bare minimum for other races of men before we get to black men. And that's just the truth. White boy will go ahead and refurbish furniture and you will brag about it till kingdom come. That man took you to McDonald's and decorated it, and you think it's the best thing in the world. That man is not going to sit down and let you spend his savings on no bundles. You're going to for months, and that new growth is going to show. And it's a different standard when it comes to us. She's not like she's doing us the favor. I have to call it count because how many educated black women we've seen that have been taken down from men with third grade education.
Right.
No, I agree with you. No, I'm just saying for her case, like her mindset. That's why I'm trying to like map out because like you're right, but her mindset is just like she wants to strive up here. So now she's like you said, she done messed with a bunch of dudes because she had a spectrum. She messed with some like white dudes and stuff, but they ain't even want to deal with her. So instead of her addressing the fact that her personality, that's what I'm saying, is probably terrible.
No,
now she's like directed it at black dudes, like, oh, you know, we don't have to deal with y'all no more. It's like, man, you dealt with everybody and nobody want to mess with you. So why are you now turning it into a race thing? That's what I'm saying. This is where she's like messing up.
But
so that's the issue with her.
Black men to go ahead and give her sperm donation is low. Here's a reason why it's low. Because when we do it, the law is going to change. Because we do it, then guess what? We're going to get ordered for child support. Because if we start, I mean, listen, the numbers was low, and it was like 3%, and everybody's like, there's articles. I'll send you the stuff, SJ. I'll send you so you can see it.
What you talking about, the like sperm donation?
For black men. And there's some of them, they wanted like $1,000. I'm like, nobody want to do this stuff. We know what's up. We do it. Next thing you know, you're going to come for child support. Because like, you know, there's certain like things, like if there's something that comes up for that child or that child got special needs, then they could go ahead. They're like, all type of laws are going to be broken down until they can find you and make you pay and help out with this child.
Well, legally, I don't think they could come after you, but I think most people just don't want to do it because it's like, man, I don't want to sit there and have like kids floating around that's my parent, you know, that I'm the parent of, you know, even if you know, it's at the sperm donors. So I don't think most people want to go through that, you know, because they're going to come eventually try to find you and stuff, especially with some tests like 23andMe now and stuff.
Okay, actually, I want to add something so you guys know, since I'm out in these streets as a single black man, and I know,
all right, go ahead.
Shout out to Intellectual Soapbox.
And I did not participate in it, so I'm not going to take the fifth. I'm just going to say I did not participate. But
sounds like he was in these streets. That's how like guilty people always start their sentences. But good, carry on, Stan.
I'm innocent. I'm just a spectator of my environment.
Good approach.
You know, this whole process is very expensive, right? I don't know if you guys know there's a black market for sperm. That's number one.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, yeah. There's Facebook groups, sperm donations. There's on FX is a documentary called Sperm Nation. One guy on there has 123 kids.
How much?
He has 123 kids.
Damn.
And then there's some more. So what ended up happening, they're like, okay, you don't have to pay for nothing, but could you be there to help me out? I mean, there's an honesty where we have to look at, you know, a lot of women can't be Eboni K.
Yeah.
They don't have money like Eboni K. They don't. So my concern is that people do these copy and paste methods. I call it copy and paste. You see one person doing it, we all gonna do it. And I'm just like, no. Right? Because we already seen them like, oh, we could date younger too. And the guy that you date that's younger is a rapper that's not even selling on the what you call it, on streaming. So you're not doing better. It's actually you're getting worse. And now you begging for sperm. And now people are going to these back channels to get sperm. And those laws is not so tight. Because some sperm donations, they gone through a legal route where the guys don't get paid or not supposed to get paid or get sued for child support. But certain states are like, no, you got to pay through child support.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cost right now, man. It's it says roughly 12 to 14 for one cycle. Damn.
So you know, a lot of women don't have that money.
Yeah, no, facts.
So if you look up Sperm Nation real quick, and you will see it. Like there is this.
I ain't looking up no damn Sperm Nation.
No.
Was that some? You said some Craigslist shit? Huh?
No. It's a documentary called Sperm Nation. It's on FX. So it gives out it breaks it down, and there is Facebook groups. And then the other people come up and asking other people like, can you help out? Donate your sperm. You know, flush it down the toilet. People are like taking it from the condoms.
Damn.
People want kids. I mean, that's the thing. I know you guys talk about it, but it's like, you know, I'm grateful for both of you guys when you guys come up with this, you know, do these panels, because like it's important. Like the honesty is like people want families and kids, and women need to say that, but they gotta like, look, you keep playing around and you have opportunities of being in a relationship. Just make the choice and decision. That's why there's divorce and breakups. So if it don't work, we can move on, but saying relationships don't serve you and opting out, like, really? Did you even opt in?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this though. I'll say like at least like biologically, 95% will love to have children, but not everyone is capable of being good mothers. Like an example, based off someone else's story, you'll have people that will say, "Hey, if you had a child, or if anything, a child will save your marriage." How many, or a child will pretty much bond a person's marriage together? How many married couples with kids, right, that they made that mistake having children? No offense, sophisticated jerk, right? Your son is grown, but I'm talking about like just like at the age of like 4 or whatever, right? When they realize there's no turn back from their mistake, and then they'll try to convince you to have kids because it changes their world. It helps them to be a well-disciplined parent, which a lot of cases like it have not. But then it's like when you have some parents that's like, okay, damn the kids or whatever. I'm like Tia Mari. I love myself. I love myself so much. I don't give a damn about my children. I don't give a damn about my husband. This is my own life journey.
Oh, not just a husband, but a good husband that didn't cheat, that took care of the kids so your career could skyrocket.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right?
That was supportive.
Sometimes the stay-at-home dads, man, they're not appreciated. So shout out to Drizzle, but still, the good dads, man, that really be putting out the work, man, will never really get the recognition because we are expected to perform at our best, at our highest performance. We're not expected to slack around and be lazy and take a break. But unfortunately, there's no discipline when it comes to certain women, and it's okay. It's just unfortunately, it's the way of things are that that's in this world. But anyways, you have so many people that tell you that, hey, you need to have kids because that's going to change your life and make you a more successful and strong person. And the religion one's going to tell you you're going to be 10 times blessed when you have a child because God's going to take care of you and your children because you have a kid. If that was the case, I'm like, well, why do some of these other people, especially some of these marriages, fail, and then women are trying to get child support and alimony and try to take the kids from you?
Because you're the sponsor. You sponsor the family, but they don't want you there. But on this one, right, if I'm looking at what she's doing, right, because I have to say she's a trendsetter. Mm-hmm. So what it's going to look like, a lot of women going like, I too can do this. You have this
all by myself, yeah.
Right? And also, and I sent both of you guys just a video of like, now we got this cartoon that's like, hey, we got like a fatherless epidemic and we need men to be stepfathers and to help out and be mentors and all this stuff. It sounds okay and great, but if you look at a lot of these laws that have been going in courts, that have been going on, like one guy was helping out his neighbor with her children, and she wanted to put them on child support. Not in a relationship, just a neighbor that help out and babysit. and because he spent time, she wants child support. And so if there's no laws to protect men, a lot of men don't want to mentor. A lot of men don't want to be stepfathers, because even if you don't adopt the kid as a stepfather, because this kid is accustomed to a certain lifestyle and go to the school that is helping out his what's the thing called for the students?
What?
It's the IPS.
IP.
It's the
IPE?
individual something with the schools do.
IEP.
Yes. And it's like, if you go ahead and transfer them out there, blah, blah, then it's like, you got to pay child support too. So, like, for men, you going to pay somewhere or another. We're going to pay for Ebony Williams kids and the rest of these kids because our taxes going to go up. So, we're going to pay.
Yeah, no, the tax is definitely, like you said, but like you said, I think that's the good thing with people having conversations and starting to highlight some of this stuff and people giving pushback. Because it is showing, I like what M3 was like kind of breaking down. I think people are starting to treat kids like they're accessories. Like, you know what? Instead of getting the new handbag, it's like, hey, you know what? Let me have the new latest edition kid. You know, they're like, you know, they're treating kids like accessories. Like, let me go just have a kid and like match him with this outfit or some shit. You know, so
yeah.
You know, we're bored with like, especially some of these rich people. It's like, you know what? I already got all the cars and stuff. Let me start having like kids and stuff.
Like a pair of
damn. Yeah. So that's what it sounds like with them. Like, hey, you know, this is like what Stan was saying. This is the new trend where it's like, you know what, we're gonna start popping out kids. We don't need men, but when shit goes left, you know, I want all of society collectively to help pitch in. You know, that's what people are gonna be like. It takes a village to raise a child, but they're intentionally going into it knowing that, you know, it's better with two parents. And I do understand, you know, people get divorced and stuff, but at least even in those cases, like there's still two parents that could like help out and, you know, even financially help support each other. But when you're intentionally walking into something, yeah, man, you just got to be such a self-centered person, man, where you want to put your kid at a deficit, you know, emotionally in this case, because she got, like I said, she's good with the money, but emotionally, because I mean that kid is gonna eventually grow up want to know who their like hereditary parent is, you know, and then we don't know how tight
programs. They do have programs. They do have programs for the kids. They could find their siblings for some of the donation. Now, mind you, this is the legal and the medical and the corporate sperm donors, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at that business, right, normally it's at college campuses. Right? Because guess what happens when you're in college? You are BROKE, also known as Dusty. So
Dusty.
Yeah, because Stan, I never really thought about it, because you think about it, a donor could go to one clinic, he could go to another one, you know, somebody's like, they need the money. So it's just like, man, you don't know what like you're signing up for, because that kid, like, it's so easy to match up with people. Like if say one of them puts their DNA in one of those like websites now, and then it matches up with like 4 or 5 brothers and sisters. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's not thinking it out to that extent. You know, it's just like, I want this. You know, I screwed myself up, so this is the route I'm going. And now, you know, damn the kid and their like personal future feelings and stuff. I'm just gonna do this based on like my wants. Yeah, so it's just so self-centered, man. Honestly.
No, if you see like Sperm Nation, I'm gonna refer to that because again, this is what is the more popular route, because people really don't have money to be spending $20,000 each time. And sometimes people going through 5 treatments, that's $100.
Yeah, like because that's what they said. Typically, most of the time, it's like a, you know, like you said, a couple treatments. So yeah, just looking at that range, it was like 15 to 30,000. Yeah, shoot, man, that's
right.
It's a lot of money.
Can you imagine? Like she only did it one time and she got lucky. And also, there's they do streaming, right? So they stream the eggs and look for genetic flaws or whatever, and then you get the most healthy option that way, right? But if you're looking at the other way, where men are going this other route, men and women are going this other route, where it's like women want sperm, they're going to meet up at a hotel and they're going to do it, or he's going to put it in a cup and help her assimilate herself.
Mm-hmm.
And just and keep on doing this a couple of times in a month, and they get that cash, right? They get the cash. We'll stay in touch.
But see, this is what I want, like average women, average young naive women to understand. So you guys are running the numbers of how much it costs, like to even get that shit injected into your system, anyways. But this is Ebony K. Williams. So whatever she paid for, it's probably like 15 or 14 bucks compared to someone who actually wants kids so bad, but because they look at her as a role model and feel like they could do it themselves, they don't understand the costly matter, which is the stuff that you're putting yourself into, and the lack of support that you're going to get once you become. I need to play that song. Once you become a single mom. Except that guy,
Brandon.
Brandon. He's fucking emotional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I realize he's a clown, man. But anyways, but the fact is that like, okay, you have to understand as a young woman, and this is why we have these shows like this, right? Because really, I mean, this is for pure entertainment for us, but it's also education for you guys as well too, because you guys got to understand the reality of things. Like, the reality is that whenever you're trying to follow the trend of a celebrity, just know that they have the leverage, they have the power to do things that we're not able to do. These celebrities, all right, makes 5 or 10 times the amount that we could ever make to try to get to something in a year. It would probably take us 10 years. Okay, if you work in the same job, it's gonna probably take you 10 hard years to even try to save up for $1 million if you don't even spend it at all. Period. But for
the M3, we're talking about accountability and also work ethics. Why do that when I could find me a nice simp that's gonna donate 30 grand and I'm not gonna use his sperm, but
see, this fucking shit like debunks my point.
No. You gotta pay for like the treatment to stick and all the clinic. So it's like they still gonna get hit with that cost.
And then, right. But here's the thing, right? There's a man out there. We all know it. There's a man out there that's gonna be that good guy. Hey, and they're going to, hey, help out. And when we say like a sucker's born every second, man, there's a simp out there that's going to pay for it. He's going to be the godfather, and he's going to pay for this. I hear what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
But a reality, like, wait till, what's her name? Vivica Fox. Like, Vivica Fox, she can't have children, but guess what? She could get a surrogate.
True.
Yeah. Right? Even though she's 60, right? We don't know. She probably froze the eggs already before, a long time ago, right? But she can go around, spend it, and have a kid, and get a surrogate. And now everybody wants to have a surrogate.
I hope she don't.
But see, because I agree with you, Stan. Like they could go those routes, man. But man, you know how depressing that shit's gonna be for them. Like just to have that detachment. It's like they'll get the kid, but not to have it in a way where you're like with somebody and all that, man. It's just gonna eat up at them. That's what I'm saying.
You can't pick, you can't choose, nor can you keep. And that's the reality of it. You can't pick, you can't choose, you can't keep. 3 things. You can't do neither of those 3, but yet you got this baby. Now the baby is here. I mean,
that's gonna make that pool like even tighter though. Like, because here's the thing, right? This is another thing that Ebony K. Williams have to realize, and I'm for sure she probably already gave up on men. Maybe she might become, maybe she might join the other team. But but the thing is that like, okay, if you really want somebody in that caliber
Oh, I just caught that M3. You said she gonna end up with a WNBA player.
Right, you know what I mean? Hey, you know, she better start hollering at Lisa Leslie or somebody, right? You know. Well, look. the
Hey,
thing,
tall girls need to be folded too. Holla at me.
that's what up. Hey, I don't discriminate. I love the tall girls as well too. You know, just as long as you're pretty. That's all there is to it.
Just
That's all.
fold them up. You just gotta fold them up. That's all.
Or paper bag.
She gonna end up with Queen Maker.
Oh,
I'm on one today. I'm going in today.
okay.
We haven't even. Oh man, we was supposed to touch
SJ,
up
who
on her,
hurt
man,
you
for
this
a
morning?
minute.
Who hurt
Wait,
you this
before
morning, SJ?
before we go in, look, guys, if you guys
Yeah, hit that disclaimer real quick.
Guys, fuck the disclaimer, right? If you guys watch this, right, please donate, right? Okay, look, we're not getting no super chats or whatever. We're getting PayPal's, Venmo, and we're getting Cash Apps. Okay, the Cash Apps is right above our heads, right? Look, shoot me the Cash App if you like what I'm saying. Shoot me a Cash App if a Venmo if you like what Stan is saying. Shoot me a PayPal if you like what Sophisticated Jerk is saying. It's just all above our heads, right? It's just out there, right? So
Yeah, because guess
again,
what? Look, guys,
yeah.
listen. He got Cash App, Venmo,
Mhm.
PayPal. So
PayPal.
you can go ahead and pay me.
And cut the middleman. Just cut the middleman off, right?
Like,
Look,
cut the middleman.
you know what I mean? I'm tired of the middleman taking all of our hard-earned money, man. So
And work.
shout out to Jay Chantel Love. She says, wait, what, huh? LOL. She's on the Instagram side. So shout outs to the Instagram chat gang round. But look, anyways, as far as like, you know, just these type of women, unfortunately, man, like this feel like the route that you guys are headed towards, man. If you're that so hell bent and angry over black men or just men in general, you know, I really advise that people need to seek professional help, need to seek psychiatric help as well too, because this is getting out of hand. Now, look, you got women like Maya, right? That married herself. What? This is the first woman I ever saw that actually put a ring on her own finger. Imagine
I got something better.
visually her getting down on one knee, looking at herself in the mirror like a goddamn narcissist, vegan narcissist, right? And proposing to herself. Come on, all this woman stuff is getting to your head. What?
There's a woman who married herself and then I think a year or 2 years later divorced herself.
Because at least she knows.
Yeah, you know that's bad when you got to divorce yourself. When you like, look, I can't stand my own self.
That's like how you guys split. You like your ex is yourself. Like how'd that work out?
She met a Tyrone somewhere, and she's like, "Hey, I can't take it, man. I gotta get this vitamin D in my system, man. We got a divorce, okay? I saw the grass that's green on the other side."
Wait a minute. Does that mean she cheated on herself?
I believe so.
Technically,
she met a man. She had an affair. She cheated.
Yeah, she was like, "Look,
yeah."
She probably was talking to herself in the mirror, but M3, I like where you were going with it because I just started thinking about it when you was like talking about it. Yeah, man, if they go this route, it's gonna shrink their pool, man, because it's gonna put them in a state where now they got a kid, and then when they tell the story, huh?
I don't know.
Nah, man, because I get what you're saying. Hold on, let me map it out real quick, and then we'll circle back.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
because they're gonna have the kid, and then you're gonna have to explain to suitable guys down the line, like, okay, I had this kid, in vitro and stuff like that. And then most guys are going to be in their mind, they're going to be like, that's kind of weird that you had to go that route. You're going to start putting two and two together. Exactly. And be like, okay, man, you must have a bad personality or you must be insufferable to the point that nobody wants to be with you. It kind of speaks to your retention piece, Stan. But don't get me wrong. I know there's like...
No. I'm looking at another side, too.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm talking about guys that got their shit together. That's how they're going to view this. But there are simps. But this is where, like... This is where like a lot of women are screwed with simps because they don't like those guys. Those are typically the guys that are going to line with them for, especially when you get older. Nah, just think about it.
I know, but there's some other stuff I know. I'm scared to share because then you guys going to drill me like, how you know all this stuff, Stanley?
Now go ahead, Stan. We need to
go drill you. But Drake, thank you for actually reminding me, because I did lose my train of thought after a while, but that was the point I was headed.
Yeah, no, I know you was going down there. I was like, nah, that's actually a great point, because it put you in a bad territory where because that's why, man, even with some of my boys, I'm like, hey man, think about what you do, because you have to explain this to somebody else when you get back on a dating market. Say something don't happen. And I think that's how people need to view relationships. It's like, man, I can't put myself in a bad state because I have to explain this to somebody else I might like down the line. So it's just like, if his sister has his kid like this in this manner, and she might find a good guy eventually that, has all his shit together, meets those preferences and all this stuff that people, the checklist. And then, she's sitting down like, oh, I had my kid because, I couldn't find no suitable person. He gonna be out the door. He gonna be like, damn, that like that's a red flag like a mug. So yeah, they're definitely putting themselves in like bad territory if they following some damn MBK Williams.
And there's something else.
All right, go ahead, Stan.
All right, so allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly.
Oh, okay.
A lot of high-valued, high-earning men are also going through surrogacy. So cutting out the baby mama. There's a country, I'm not going to say it. I'll write it behind it on the chat so you guys will know, but I don't want us to say the name. But yeah, okay. So they go in there and getting surrogate moms, and then they go get their child, and that's it. You're the sole, parent, because this is your child, and you pay for it because you don't want to deal with baby mama drama. You don't deal with the family court system, and that's it. And it's not adoption. It's just you don't want the system. Like the way the system is going, right? It's like people are getting creative and finding different ways of getting the family they want.
So you saying they taking a Michael Jackson route? Okay.
Taking them never ever. Like, okay.
And guess what? It's cheaper.
Let me talk about something real quick, right?
Because look, here's something, right? We're dealing with. I remember we did a show, like it was like we didn't do a show, but I was on a show last week in the chat room. Like people wanted to experiment or the experience of dealing with somebody that's rich, and like that's what they want. And it was on Will's cast, SJ, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll meet a football player and just have fun, right?" But then again, men and women not being honest that they want a family, like. We can do all this fun stuff and traveling, all this stuff, and spend money and buy bags. But at the end, you just want to go ahead and get some fruit snacks and some juices and go get a Happy Meal and get these kids and watch Bluey 24/7. So, but nobody's admitting to it. But like, if it's getting to this stage now where women are willing to meet men on Facebook okay, don't ask me how I know, or have the donation sent to them via USPS. Don't ask me how I know M3. And they're doing video tutorials on YouTube on how to get yourself in there, get the baby and just wait and all the other stuff. This stuff has already happened. It's only going to increase because now is more of an option than anything.
Okay.
But not a relationship. Mind you, that's the part that's crazy to me. All this stuff, but not in a relationship. Because relationship is hard. Everything's hard. Like that kid's not going to be hard to raise by yourself.
Go ahead, M3. I'll go after you.
All right. Okay, I kind of I understand like what you're saying, Stan, especially like for a certain type of men who is struggling with certain relationships, or they feel like, or maybe they have a certain amount that they try to protect and they want a certain type of peace. But to be honest with you, I just want to really go through that route. If I can't be with a person that I feel like I could get along with and actually start a family with, I'd rather just not go through the route with having children, and especially put myself to be a single parent. Just the same thing how we always advocate and preach to our community that, look, we can't have single mothers floating around with these goddamn children because they're going to be messed up. That's the same way for like a single dad with having a daughter or son, but you don't have the nurturing aspects of a good functioning mother. Like,
but that's the thing, they got a community. They got a community. They got it's the same thing with women, right? You have,
but we don't.
Got the village.
But we don't have a community. We don't have those type of luxuries. And the thing is, and with the women, I would have thought that they would actually have a community where they could help raise those single bastards. However, they really don't. They really don't have a community of women. What they really have is a bunch of naysayers that will hype them up and pump their head up and tell them, you go, girl. But ain't none of these women are going to take their time to raise another woman's kid. That's why they go run back to us to try to get us for alimony, child support, and all these other things, because you realize that your girlfriend was telling you all these things that made you felt good at the moment when you made that decision. But now, after you make that decision, your homegirl is not willing to be that type of friend to help raise your child, your son or daughter. Okay? So now you got to run back to the black man, you know what I mean? And you got to ask for support.
Go to the white man. I need y'all to go to the white man. Since y'all want Zaddy, I need y'all to go to Zaddy.
But Walmart is recruiting people like us. Look.
But
look. I know they probably say I have like stepdaddy material, but I ain't trying to be nobody's stepdaddy.
But I don't even think it's I don't even think it's a black thing, man. I think Eboni wants it to be, because I think she's trying to make it like a movement. I don't see like a lot of people doing this, honestly. Maybe some of the rich ones like that fall in her realm, but I just don't see a lot of people doing this, man. Like,
okay, I'm going to say yes. However, last year the brat was complaining that there were no black sperm donors, and they had to get a white man sperm to have their black child. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I just think black dudes ain't going to the clinic, man. I think we look at it like, man, we ain't about to be spreading ourselves out there, like,
and pay child support. Because
well, I don't even think it's a child support thing. I just think, like, because I'm just saying, like, there's contracts and stuff, but I just don't think like a responsible guy wants to have kids pop up on them, and be like, hey, man, you're my dad and stuff down the line. So, I mean, man,
you know how it comes out, like, SJ? It comes out two ways, right? One, you thought she was your girlfriend, but once she found out she was fertile, she left you faster than the turtle.
Oh, damn.
And then two, it's like, you know what? Me and my husband can't have kids, and we really want to have a family, and you are our best friend. Can you make this donation? Here's a contract. And, we just want to start a family, and we can start it that way. Anybody else but you.
No,
and
but see,
on accent, and it came out, just real quick, there's a guy, and I'll send you the article, bodybuilder, well-known bodybuilder, who's helping out the friend, and I guess he has some super black sperm, because instead of like that egg divided into three, so he got triplets, or they got triplets, and they were trying to overturn the contract so he could pay child support, because they didn't agree on triplets. But it's like, it was a donation. Like, anybody who knows about identical twins and triplets, like, you don't have control of that. It's just like, it divides itself, right? Mm-hmm. So
yeah, but that stuff is gonna get struck down. That's what I'm saying.
It did. But there's some other cases where those things did go through, and that's like, it's not safe, because it's just not safe. It's not safe to have a family. It's not safe. It's just not, men don't feel safe.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
for
I
men
agree
to
with
find
it.
different ways of making, like, they want their own families, we have to, like, yo, this is a serious thing. Like, people want families. At the end of the day, you'll change that Birkin bag for a tote bag full of baby wipes and snacks and juice bars.
But see, man, Stan, it's just all once, because even when they get the kid, a lot of times people don't even want to take care of the kid. So that's why I'm saying it's just like people aren't honest with themselves. It's just like, man, because even Ebony K, it's just like, if you're that, I'll say bitter, and obviously, like, if she's been in multiple relationships and never analyzed herself, it's just like, man, you're like, I keep pointing at the personality. It's just like, man, you probably have a personality that doesn't work with a lot of people, and you're probably always unhappy to a certain degree.
But guess
They're
what?
not going to change when they have the kid and stuff. It's just, that's what I'm saying. So it's like, they're going to get the kid, and then when they realize the responsibility and there ain't somebody there attached, it's like, man, they're going to be depressed. And then this is the self-centered stuff. It's like, when they have the kid, it's like, man, they might have to do therapy and stuff because of this, like, the attachment that they're going to have through this process. So it's just, that's what I'm saying. It just keeps spiraling out of control. So instead of her addressing the situation, like, herself and her personality, and she's just going through this measure, now she's trying to pitch the bitterness to other people and stuff. So
I agree with you. But here's the thing about the kid, right? Sadly, this kid not going to think like this. You're my mother, and I'm going to love you anyway, because this is the only way I think this is what love is.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Right? For her, she's getting the unconditional love that she craves. And I think we got to do a show on that. Like, another panel discussion about, like, there's no such thing as unconditional love. For me, I don't believe in that stuff. It's like, there's a condition. Everybody has conditions, and we got to be honest with that. But, like, you're looking at, that's why a lot of people were teen parents, right? Or teen moms. They wanted unconditional love, not understanding, like, this is a human being that you need to care for, and everything's hard work. And guess what? Unlike, and I don't like, nobody should compare them to pets. Like, children is a little bit more self-sufficient than a dog, because a dog is still going to poop on the floor. And, I'm not an animal person. Once they start pooping and peeing on the floor, I'm done. I got a robot dog. I play with him 30 minutes. After we get done, I'm going to play with him. I put him right back in the box. His name is K9. I put him right back in the box. I can't do no pets. I need mine's robot. I need to turn on, turn off. I just...
Speaking of robots, right? Can we talk about AI just for a quick second? And I'm gonna pull up the article that you shared, Sophisticated Jerk, which it's not really called artificial intelligence. It's supposed to be called like a language model, whatever, language learning model. But anyways, I ain't gonna get to the technical aspects. This is what I will say that I do foresee. I foresee this like in the next. I always give things 5 years, but I think it's going to be sooner. In the next 5 years, or 5 to 10, right? To be a little bit more gracious of time. This little smartphone right here, okay, with its built-in chat GPT and all this other stuff, right? It's going to wind up being a lonely man's girlfriend. Yeah, I said it. Hold on, Stan, right? When you just look up on some things on a YouTube video where type in chat GPT O and type in voice conversations, they're building these type of language learning models to pretty much learn how to speak to you like as a human being. And a lot of these guys are going to be using a lot of jargons, okay, trying to build relationships with, again, so-called artificial intelligence. That's only just the first step of level 1. Okay. Level 2 is when they literally use, okay, and that might be 15 or 20 years by now, right? Again, I'm just being gracious. I think it's going to be sooner because they're already building these sex robots anyway. But once they integrate that language learning model, right, and that language learning model actually becomes the official true AI, okay, where it can now reprogram itself to learn, to think, and oh my gosh, God forbid, to actually feel, right? a lot a lot of these women, right, are going to be suffering.
I'm so scared.
Because remember, we as men, and I'm fine going to say this, you know, we know how to adapt. We've all been in a route where we've been lonely for so long. We've been in a position where we had relationships or still are in relationships. We've already adapted to every single level when it comes to the relationship aspects. See, the thing is, women cannot handle like her being alone. So as proud as Ebony K is, right, with the, you know, her American lawyer self, she has to get an companion buddy, which is i.e. having a child. Because in reality, she cannot really be alone for too long. I mean, nobody should ever, like, you know, try to adapt being alone, but we're used to that because we get rejected so many times in the worst and most awful way that we have to keep keeping our head up as men. So when you start to learn how to adapt, imagine when those language models, right, starts to develop, okay, to people like us. All right, watch, Stan. When you start arguing with a robot, that's when you know you lost it.
SJ, you want to go? Because I don't. And again, when it's my turn to speak, I need people to give me grace. I just know some things.
we know.
Yeah, I'm just
we know
saying.
you do.
I know it's coming, but I just can't see it, man. I think some people would probably experiment with that. It reminded me of that movie, Her, with Joe Kim, Phoenix, where he had that like headset on and he was like dating that artificial intelligence and stuff. So man, it can happen. They mess around and make those like lifelike robots. Yeah, there is gonna be some people that's gonna go that route.
SJ, put up the computer. It's already here.
It is.
It's already here.
Send me the link because I ain't seen it yet.
Well, I'm on my phone. I can't send it to you, but you gonna search it real quick.
What, like
she already built a companion that's a hologram. So it's her hologram husband, and they eat dinner and share a conversation about this day, how's her day.
Damn.
That's one.
I'm looking it up.
I'm taking my glass off for this one now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this stuff's getting depressing, man. That's what I'm saying, man.
And again, I was just being nice though.
Oh yeah, shit. It did pull up.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait.
He even got him washing dishes. It's not even real dishes.
Wait, are we allowed to play this like on YouTube?
No, don't.
Okay. We can't.
We'll always find a way of not paying people or just canceling channels. So
yeah, but I'm
looking at the article real quick. We'll add it on to the thing so people can see it.
Well, look,
under the page, there's another one. The guy, and I believe it was China or Japan, who married a hologram. Is an anime character, so that happened. So they canceled the program. He's upset because they mass producing it, so that already happened.
But here, real quick, let me just read the title because I looked it up. It was like, meet Spanish artist Alicia Framis, the first woman to marry a hologram. Yeah, she's sitting on a couch eating with her hologram husband.
Yep, he was even doing dishes, and there's a hologram dishes.
Can you do me a favor? Can you like just send the link into like our little private chat?
Yeah, I'll put it in there.
Yeah, it could be the one on Instagram, and I'll take a look at it later. Oh goddamn!
But the reason, Stan.
The
go
Asian
ahead.
guy who married his hologram, anime hologram, I believe is in China or Japan. and they revoked the hologram because it's going to go into mass production.
But
It's getting worse. We're not there.
Yeah.
There's more. There's more. Okay, so on Instagram and TikTok, there is AI females that men are following and have joined their fan page and are paying it and are chatting with them via, joining the fan page. So there's an AI bot that's meeting and talking to everybody and encourage people to go ahead and download free videos and stuff like that. Not free videos, but you got to pay for each video with this AI personality.
Yeah, this shit getting sad, man. Cats gotta get outside, man. You know
it's
what?
Also for women too.
I'm embracing dudes gotta get passports, man. They need to holler at my man, Stan, you a passport, bro. Like, you need to get these guys some info. Nah, for real, man. Like,
we gotta bring back Kings and Dreams. That's what
yeah,
we need to do.
we gotta get him. Dudes gotta link up, man. Yeah, don't go this route.
They
like,
don't want rejection. No, they don't want no rejection. So this person is going to talk to you via each time you respond. There's a script for them to follow and to encourage you. A lot of times people think they're okay only because I was out in these streets and I lived a life.
Stan, you got me wondering what the hell you be tapped into, man. You be on some back alley black market shit.
Give a script, right? And you see your mark and you give your marker, you go ahead and you get them into a conversation that you have total control in, but they think they had a choice in it in the first place, but they didn't. And it's a life skill. I have to learn it. So, that's how they got these AIs and like these Instagram pages with the AI is like almost hit millions. The women are not real. The men are not real, but women and men are paying for it.
Fucking losers. That's what.
This is the thing. I like.
Oh,
okay,
wait,
I didn't play the.
There's more.
Oh no.
There's more. All right, so that's 3, 4. So now they even have the bots.
The robots, the actual physical robots
that talk. How was your day? And and again, it's a built-in script. They know how to warm themselves up. You can pre-program it. It just is there. It doesn't move yet. But it's getting to be that they're so realistic. It's there. And it's every 6 months they make breakthrough. Every 6 months, wow. It's a different robot, and it's like, and people are paying money for it. Because here's the thing: not only people don't want to deal with rejection, people want somebody that want them and somebody that's reliable. And like people have, the whole thing of ghosting and attachment styles. Like people don't have time for it. They just like, you know what? I want somebody that's going to be there for me, and that's it. Number 5, the adult toys have reached a place there's no coming back for you to meet a human. That is big business. They had a challenge on TikTok, and it was embarrassing. This woman had a whole armoire of events. That's what I'm going to call those events. And I'm just like, oh, you're not going to get a man unless he's like a Nephilim or a demon. Like, what is all this stuff? And we're talking about like their stuff, and now they even target for men that replaces women.
I was going to ask you that question. Like, okay. Do they, I feel like, okay, if they have like because I know they have VR systems. I know they have certain.
Oh no, you don't know the VR system they got. They went there with the VR system.
Wait. You probably will remember this, Stan, right?
Yeah.
Did they finally build a VR system that resembles to Married with Children? You remember that one episode?
Yeah, here it is. You ready for it? The VR system is there, and there's a prop that matches the action and is hands free. Good luck with your life. Now, ladies, I feel you're gonna be out of a job, out of a man, and out of some paychecks.
Oh man!
Because
what about sound effects?
You want to put on sound effects?
Yeah, man. Because this is
Guess how much it's worth? Less than $200.
What?
Guess how much these dolls cost? Less than $1,000. Robot, less than $2,000. Oh, and they come in their own case, and it's like
he said his own case.
It comes with his own case. There's a brother on TikTok.
There's some sunglasses and some shit.
This brother had $20 dolls. I'm like, I couldn't.
So he's done, huh? He's like, look, I don't even want to go back in the market.
And the sad part about it, right? When you see him, he's one of those cats. He's like 6'5", muscular, play basketball. Everybody loves him. Like, you don't need it. Like,
so he ain't one of those like incel dudes, or
no, he's like good tempered everything, but he got 20. Damn. I'm like,
but okay,
everybody, like all these women throw themselves at him, and like you got 20 of everything. Purple hair, red head. This one from Indonesia. This one from a factory in Philippines. This one from Japan. This one from China. I'm like, what? This one from Russia. I'm like, dude, like, if you getting it, what's really happening out here in the dating world that somebody that's like an alpha male got 20.
What?
20.
Wait, but you gotta be specific.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
But you gotta be specific, Stan, right? Are you talking about just like those inflatable?
No,
or is it really like
they look real? It's scary. I'm like,
but do they feel real?
I don't know. I ain't touching it. I'm scared. I'm Haitian. I don't want them things to turn to life. So because you know, if you're from the islands, you Puerto Rican, so you know what I'm saying. For a slight chance, things could go into the magical realism world. I don't want it to turn to life and it be mannequin free. I don't want no part of it.
Customize the face like. I'm just trying to get an understanding, right? Because I never even went through that route, but it's like I'm just trying to get the understand the psyche of a man who will turn down real women, and then he will prefer to get those type of simulation type of dolls. Like, do he have the power to take it to the manufacturer and say, "Hey, here's a picture of such and such. I want to resemble this type of face or this type of look." Like, it gotta be something.
There's some dudes who bought so much dolls or who buy the high-end dolls that the company send them free stuff. It's almost like a Lexus or, not a Lexus, like a Rolls Royce. They only build a certain amount. Here you are buying the high-end. You know what? Let me hook you up. They got one that can do Glock 3000 with spit and swallow.
Oh, salute to
they got
Waldo,
one that can lick the gooch. I'm just like, yo, they went far out. They got a warmer, got suction.
Yeah,
that do sound effects. They do all that stuff. They have a release. They do squirting. I'm just telling you. Again, when I tell you the guy said he got this one from Indonesia, this one from Philippines, this one from Japan. I'm like, he got so many. I was like, whoa, I'll be scared to go in. And there's some guys that got more. They're like, you know what? I got a bonus from my job. I'm going to treat myself. And it's like, first of all, UPS got to be scared because this thing's like coming in a coffin. And then
wait, so it's literally like life size.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, man. I'm sorry.
It's life size. And it's like, they have this thing all over their house. It's not even a room. They sit in the living room. They're sitting in the kitchen, dining table, looking like Hugh Hefner, but they all plastic.
But let me ask you guys real quick. I mean, just even going back to Ebony K and even these people, y'all don't think like mental shit going on with them where Don't get me wrong. Like I know, like
it
relationships can be risky and stuff, but it's just like, man, there's something with like the human element of things, man. Like that I just couldn't let go like that. To just completely detach, you know.
The human element is that you get what you want, and it's not like if I can skip process. I mean, that's the whole thing. We can now skip process, and we get the reward. It's kind of like why work out when
But it's
I
not
can
even
go
a
see Dr.
reward, really,
Miami.
man. Like,
But look, why work out? I go see Dr. Miami. He's gonna suck out the fat, put the fat in my arms and my thighs and my calves. I'm gonna look like a bodybuilder in 3 days. Right? I'm gonna have a 12-pack.
but you know, it's just like the whenever you take those any type of shortcut, man, there's always the stuff you don't see, man. That's gonna come back to bite you in the background, or the health risk. There's some risk, man, that you can't spot when you go down those certain paths that is gonna come back to haunt you, man, to a certain degree. So that's why I'm saying, like I get what you're saying. Yeah, everybody just wants it's like microwave life where everything
But
quick and stuff.
right? Oh no, go ahead. You said quick is what?
No, it's just like the microwave. It's just like everybody wants everything like super fast, but certain things shouldn't be fast. It's like that process is almost like you need to go through it, and you should. And it's like by going through that process, man, not only do you learn, you build a deeper connection. Because some of this stuff, man, it just sounds like, we're already starting to like separate from like talking to people and stuff like that. And then, like you said, if everybody got all this stuff in the house and stuff, it's just like, man, you're gonna box yourself even more. And then shit, yeah, it's kind of crazy, man, when you think about it.
The VR stuff they got out now, it's like, man, ladies, I don't know what to tell you. And then ladies said they could do better, and they got some stuff out. I'm just like, wow, all that, like you're not gonna get married, so let's stop this. I think a lot of times two people are not honest. We hear all these conversations about relationships, but I'm like, yo, if we can get a lie detector, you really don't want a relationship. You're just saying it because that's what you're supposed to say. We got all this stuff out here. You don't want a relationship.
I think it's some part of people's mind they want it. And I think it's just like, if it don't go the way that they want it, like to the T, then that's when they're like, I will take any alternative route. So it's almost like, man, we're acting like bratty children to a certain degree. Cause it's like, man,
we are bratty children.
Yeah. And I think that's the issue. Cause all this stuff is, like you said, going down these paths, man, it's like everything is kind of desensitizing everybody to like regular life and shit.
See, men do things out of adjustment, right? Because there's like parts of conversations like, oh, sex is bad and sex don't feel good as a woman. I don't want to have sex. Men need sex. So guess what they do for men? They made all these toys, these dolls, and holograms in the Guac Guac 5000. Can we move from 3000 to the Guac Guac 5000? That's hands free. And that's because due out of adjustment, right? I think what I've seen for women, and this one I'm looking at it, right? Women skip process that requires work, and they want the end result, which gives them unconditional love and gratification. Because everything you do is work. Everything, no matter what you do, is work. If you got a BBL, guess what? You got to work out and keep your diet, because the BBLs don't last forever. I don't know if women know that or not. But that BBL,
I heard that these BBLs be stinking too, though.
Yeah, because it don't last, because it's a fat that's not supposed to be there, and then it shrinks. That's something they don't tell them. There's some women out there that got like 8 BBLs. Those BBLs don't last. It's not forever. It's not permanent. And then on top of that, you have to work out. You have to keep it in wraps. You have to have massages. It's not forever. It looks good and you get the attention, but you have to do work. When you put on all that makeup, at the end of the night, guess what? You have to do work and take it off, because if you don't, you're going to get a rash, acne, the whole thing. But everything we do is work. So I don't understand this culture of anti-work and anti-earn and go for what you and work for it. But on other things, you just want to totally skip and get the end result and like, ta-da, I got it too.
Yeah, the problem is everybody want to live for the moment. You know what I mean? They don't want to. They never want to put the hard work into it, so they rather spend the money because it's easier to just get it done. It's like a diet. You put yourself on a temporary diet. I've seen some of these people like they'll do. I mean, one time, man, these women on my job, man, was trying to get me on a juicing diet, and I'm like, hell no to that shit, right? That shit ain't even gonna last that long. But they did it for like a month. Some did it for 2 months. And I'm just counting down the time when they reach their certain goal, and then they just eat that cheeseburger and those tacos and get fat again, right? And I was watching them how they was losing the weight, which was cool for them, but it was flat out pretty much starving themselves. Again, this is like juicing. This is not like even, you're not blending no foods or whatever. You're taking out all the nutrients, right? You're pretty much drinking flavored water at this point and surviving.
Straight up sugar.
And once they completed that goal, and I'm like, I was like, congratulations, but in my head, you're about to get fat again. Within the span of like, I'll say like 2 weeks or maybe a week, I'll say 2 weeks, they start eating back regular food, which I don't know why. So they was
fucking them Frito-Lays up, huh?
Exactly. They was fucking all the bread, the pan in Spanish, you know.
How
what
about
I mean?
the Takis? Are they doing the Takis?
Man, they devour. Hey, you know, like the greater value size, man, they devour both, like 2 of them at least a day.
Oh,
so imagine
Takis.
So imagine you having endless fiestas with your family because now you to reach your goal and you're happy and all that. And then two weeks later, I'm like, damn, it took you 2 months to lose the weight, and it took you 2 weeks
to gain it back and more.
Yes. And I was like, God damn, like I'm seeing that turkey fat around your neck again, right? Gobble, gobble. So
M3.
Yeah.
M3 going in, boy.
Not gobble, gobble.
Hey, man. Hey, drizzle, sprinkle. Look, lose the weight, gain it back, even more, gobble. I felt like, man, at this point, man, like y'all probably like took my fat or whatever and transferred it to yourselves, man. I mean, thank y'all, but still.
You said they was like Oprah in the 90s?
Exactly.
Where she was like going up and down and stuff?
like the stock market, though, for real. But they going all the way up. It's bad.
Well, let's go back to that video, man. I want to see what else he was gonna cook her.
Oh, what else?
Stand took us into the robot sex world.
I know, right? let me see real quick. All right, where is it?
Yeah, I'm looking up all that stuff. I'm interested now.
One of them becomes Skynet, Terminator. Everybody got these
gonna be the end of the world.
All right, now I know I skipped some. I didn't want to hear her little message about like, yeah, rule number 1 and 2. Like, fuck all that, right? Let's go ahead and we're gonna
go back to the rules because I actually wanted to catch what she was saying.
Are you? Oh.
Yeah, how dumb the rules is gonna be.
And it will also have drop-off locations in Atlanta and Houston, Texas. Black-owned cryo outlier. So I've got 2 concrete tips for single Black women who think this may be an option, either now or maybe later. Number 1, please check out Reproductive Village. It's a new Black-owned cryobank, and it's designed to help with this shortage of Black sperm. It's set to open its doors in D.C. later this year, and it will also have drop-off locations in Atlanta and Houston, Texas.
I'm just putting this up there for a minute while she's talking.
Be proactive. I say go ahead and start looking right now for desirable Black sperm. You register with all 4 of the big cryobanks, and this includes California Cryobank, which I used, Seattle Sperm Bank, Fairfax Cryobank, and Zytex.
That is our beloved Eboni K. Williams talking about this in detail. Now, to be honest, it seemed like right after this video, Eboni K. Williams was sounding more and more like Kevin Samuels. She was telling Black women to get married out of college. You know, she was changing her tune a little bit.
As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades. The reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year.
Does it kind of like alarm you a little bit, right? that like when you just look into a person's eyes, does that kind of give you like a feeling that man, something is definitely wrong with her? Like before she even opens her mouth. If you ever notice that anytime like when she's talking or the way how she's looking, she really looked like she really looks like psychotic. You know what I mean? Like a psychotic woman before she opens her mouth and then confirms with you that she's very psychotic. You know?
I think she looks cold, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, just think about this whole process that she was explaining, like the drop boxes, and we already covered the cost where it's like 15 to 30,000. Yeah, she sound like drug dealers and shit. Like, we got drop boxes and stuff, but it's just like, man, all this stuff because, man,
don't forget the dry.
You don't want to change your personality, man, or your preferences. Just think how like bad you got to be, man. Where it's just like, if you don't meet all my metrics, I refuse to change, and I would rather go this like depressing route. You know what I'm saying? Because like most people can be like, hey, you know what? I'm not perfect myself. This person, hey, they're good. They don't have everything, but you know what? I could get past that. So this is where she's at right now, where I'm just so unwilling to like move past anything that I'm gonna trap myself in this, and I want people to like join my misery. This is what this is. It's like, please go down with me, so I'm not doing this by myself campaign.
Because Natia said, "There's anybody out there who's going through it? Please share your story. I need the support."
Yeah, this shit is a cautionary tale, man. This is how we need to frame this, man. This is like the path of Ebony. Like, this is what happens if you never want to come up off your preferences. Not standards. I think people confuse standards and preferences. It's like, man, it's good to have standards and values if they're like actually measured and stuff. But when you have too many preferences and you just see yourself like on such this pedestal and nobody could match up to that, it's just like, man, this is the path you're gonna go down right here. This is the new cautionary tale.
Yeah. Let's get to this. Let's take a break and get to this article real quick, because I know you did show something. I think you showed two of them, and I think this was like Eboni K. Williams, like,
yeah, back in the day. So very, very attractive, successful. So she had a ton of suitors. Because even think about it, like, she could have easily got like a guy that's a doctor, pretty successful, but she probably was like, since I'm a millionaire, you're still not good enough. So that's what I wanted to kind of highlight, where it's just like, hey, this ain't about an attraction thing. So it definitely has to be something with the mindset that's like blocking her from anybody, where she's just got to be combative, unagreeable.
Right.
Could it be?
She probably was, I don't know, maybe she probably was worse like when she was like a little bit, well, I can't really tell at this point, but I mean, besides like her little undeveloped chin right here, but
so she had a strong jawline.
Yeah, I mean, but she was definitely pretty attractive, like, in her younger like years. And I mean, Eboni K. Williams is still not bad looking. It's just that like she's just not as bad looking as she was. But anyways,
wait. Could it be like when women say they're exercising their options, that it's really, and I'm looking at it as like psychologically, like what's happening, right? As a culture, exercising your options could mean that you just have a clear addiction to attention.
Absolutely, that, and she's striving for perfection. So it's a combination of the two, where
salute to you, Quantum.
It's like, nah, you got one thing wrong. You know what? I'm gonna jump back out there. I deserve better. So plus it's like the attention, because she's a pretty girl. So it's just like that mixed with it, and always like trying to see if the grass is greener. What she did was time herself out, because when she probably should have cashed out like around this age and stuff, when she had all those suitors and they were like high guys and stuff, she was like push it to the limit. Huh?
But that's the thing. Nobody really wants that type of guy, because that requires you to, I'm going to say the S word, ladies, cover your ears, submit.
Oh.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, absolutely.
They don't want that. They don't want submission. So, there's a reason, and there's a reason why. I remember I had one friend that was like an Eboni K. God bless her heart. The person that she married, He broke mirrors, but he was white, and that's all that mattered. And he did not make the money that she felt like she deserved. But because he was white, he was right.
But see, even in Ebony's case, man, she went there, so she did expand her pool. That's what I'm saying, man. She like that's her ex right there.
Hey,
it was like she even
with the kids, because like if she didn't want to be a stepmother, she wasn't nice. When men have kids, this for women. When men have kids, we can see it, and it's like we have to make that choice and decision. You got to go, because nobody wants to deal with an evil stepmother.
Natural reaction for women when requirements are met. Hey, drizzle, man.
Because if it's not in you, it's not in you. You're never gonna do it.
Let hold on. Let me just debunk this, right? Because again, women usually come in like, once you said the submission word, so of course they're ready to grab their pitchforks. And
I did give a warning, though. I gave a warning.
Stan, the warning wasn't good enough, man. So let me just say this. All right.
Now she said some clarification. Look at her, because she right. I'm a side with her on that.
Ain't nobody just about to submit for no damn reason. That's a fucking rap in this world. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Quantum, I'm gonna put my glasses down or whatever, right?
Yeah, you was about to cook.
I don't know about that. Again, I don't know. There was a sister who submitted to her boyfriend, came out of jail, and within 4 weeks, they got married, and she.
But see, that chick was dumb though. That
right.
What she said.
That's the thing that is in people to submit. Once they like somebody, they really go in like, I trust you with my life and everything else, because they don't understand our love. And so
you stupid.
I kid you not, I've seen it so many times that you present this way to us on panels and this way to us at work and this way to us in social settings, and then I see you with like, how this happened.
But let me address this comment. If a woman feels safe and secure, that woman will follow your ass, right? Which, yes, but here's the thing.
I'm sorry,
right?
Quantum, I have to laugh.
Yeah. Which, yes, but here's
yeah,
the
we gotta give a little pushback on that, Quantum.
Yeah. So
some will. Yeah.
Well, let me break this down. Now I gotta put the shades on, right? I was about to put away.
Yeah, put the shades on for this.
She had to say that last word. You know what I mean? So look, the thing is, Quantum, right? It's a yes and a no, right? Yes, I do agree with you when a woman feels safe and secure around her man. But however, right, I'm gonna also make this clear. It is none of our damn responsibility to make you guys feel safe. You guys choose to feel safe and protected based on whatever you feel about us. If we could be the best that we can, but if you don't feel that you're protected, if you don't feel secure, that is an issue that you women need to really deal with. Because a lot of times when women usually say that, right, in general, they expect for us, right, to carry the load that they put on themselves dealing with certain other men, which is not fair for the next guy. Because you lower your requirements for the guy that you really like, that was considered someone that's above your caliber. And now when you're going with the next person, now you're placing all these rules and requirements. I'm not saying that's you, Quantum, but if it is you, then you count as the list. Submission isn't for boyfriends. And we have seen the aftermath of a dumbasses submit to niggas that ain't shit. We know. If a woman don't really F with you, then her actions will display it. MFers overlook their S and act like they don't know. Act like they don't know she ain't the one. That part, it is true. Submission is not really for another human being, in my opinion. I submit principles, period. Okay. ... But anyways, the point is that look, women still choose who they want to submit to. Women still choose who they want to be protected by. And if they don't choose you, then unfortunately that's just what it is. Don't try to press it, men. Don't try to convince them that you're this white knight and you could do it all like for her. No, keep it moving and find the next person that's going to value your love and protection. All right.
Or M3, you could go ahead and have a robot wife just made perfectly just for you.
Yeah, that robot wife might
robot.
want to be the one that's going to be protecting me in the future. You know what I mean? And submit.
In the future, by the end of the year.
Yeah, they said this technology coming quick.
But can you imagine, like, she's doing all the stocks for you, making all the money?
I mean, you got robots flipping burgers now, so you know.
Well, here's something people don't know: these whole
Hold on, real quick.
Stuff.
I forgot this comment was up there.
Oh yeah, you know, I saw that, and that's somebody trying to promote, like maybe like they're like SEX, like you know, promotion or so. So I just ignored.
Is she a bot? She might be a bot.
She could be.
Yeah, I was like, that looked like a trap.
Yeah, I was like, man, you a big bot for asking me that. I told that woman, hey, look, keep it on the topic. You don't keep it on topic, I'm not responding. What were or are? Let me see. Well, no, what we have seen is mother efforts setting and sticking out as and not happy about it. We took that one as something to aspire to. Okay.
Well, not anymore.
I rebuke all the OS that MFers built their sad lives on. Okay.
I agree with her, man. Yeah, no, it's all that like old school traditional nonsense, you know, that I think a lot of people are pushing, where it's just like a lot of it just it don't sound good, man. And you know, I do agree with her about the principles and stuff, but I do agree with Stan to a certain degree when he was talking about. I think people need to be honest, because I do think like there is a portion of people that, you know, like what Quantum saying, that will follow somebody, you know, if that person has their shit together. Yeah, but I do think like there's a lot of people that just don't want to be led, you know, and that's just the reality. They might say that they do, but it's like they don't want to be led. You know, they're they want to kind of lead their own path and stuff.
Here's the thing that's amazing about that, right? Yeah. There's some people that know they can't survive in this world unless they're taken care of by someone.
Yeah,
that's the reality. Like, people don't look at that. Like, we think that everyone is self-sufficient. Mm-hmm. We think that everybody knows how to be an adult or something like that, but you'll be amazed. And I'm speaking to the men, right? Ladies, I'm going to leave you out, because there's like a lot of men out here who are staying with women and who have never had a job, never had a lease, probably don't have a driver license, driving the car.
You talking about those homosexuals, Stan?
No, I always thought they were like the brothers that everybody wanted anyway, because they got them in the house and they're taking care of them. And today is Saturday, right? So now they're at the mall at Foot Locker, and he's asking her right now at 3:40.
You say he trying on shoes and stuff.
There you go, and ask her, can I get these too?
Try to get her okay, right?
As she holding up the big giant keychain full of keys. We don't know what these keys belong to. And she got, and she got.
That's like what 3 guys out of the whole United States.
And she got like, and she got the money, you know, tucked underneath her titties. I don't know what to tell you, but like those men are being taken care of.
Yeah, so Stan talking about some hood shit.
But let's be honest, these are the same men that we'll see on Facebook. He's on vacation yet again. So white parties and all this crazy stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Women are not honest. Like, you want a man that you want to control, and that's okay. It works for you. You don't want a man that's successful.
Okay.
You're just saying it because that's what everybody's saying. But let's be honest, you are in full control of this relationship because he's not going to go anywhere.
You know, Stan, you actually do have like a good point about this, right? Because there's a thing, right? On the surface area, a lot of women says they don't like to take care of a man, right? They don't want to be, how did I say this? They don't want to be like the bread provider or the breadwinner anymore. You want the man to do that type of stuff, right? But I feel like in reality, whether if they was the breadwinner or not, I feel like they want to be in a position, right? Because again, you said about control, right? Which that's the key component. Like a lot of times, if a woman could actually build a man, right? I know a lot of these internet women's going to disagree on this one, right? But if they could build a man, basically find a bum, right, on the streets, or find someone that's broken, right? I feel like some of them, right, actually get a kick, pretty much toying with that man, right? Meaning that, okay, you see a man that's so broken into his personal relationship that now you want to be the guide to that man, where in a narcissistic type of way, you help build him up and you help mold him to how you want him to be molded.
And but you said something important. You said be that God. That's deep.
Yeah, because it's a God complex. The thing is, like, a lot of them, like, see, we don't want to get down to the nitty gritty, right? Because I know this could be very offensive, but I don't care. I offend people like in real time or whatever, so in person. But anyway, so I'm used to it. But the thing is that like a lot of them have that type of complex because at the end of the day, they could tell like their own personal God that, look, I built this man up. I made him become the man that I want him to be. Like, he's now mine. And if anything, he is not going the proper ability, right? Because remember, he still is a bum, right? But you gotta be mentally broken, right? So you could butt break him, right? Even more to have him submit to your desire.
But SJ, we see this all the time, man.
Yeah, man.
Those are the guys that be in the Bronx. I'm sorry, Bronx. I gotta put you out there.
Why, you know what, man?
Those brothers at the Bronx. We seen them all the time.
Bronx got some thoroughbreds up there. Y'all stop playing.
Hey, I mean, you got some soft guys up in San Francisco.
The Bronx ain't got no job.
God damn. Hold on, but Stan, right? We got you got the people from Hayward. You got the people from San Francisco. Come on, you can't discount those too.
If they in the projects,
well,
you don't have to marry him. Guess what? He helping you out with your special need child. You helping him out because he got special needs. You the person. You're the executive person for them checks. You got it. You on Section 8, girl. You
see that's dysfunction, man. But nah,
man, this is
no, it ain't. This ain't the majority.
Real life. This is
because let me go off of M3's. M3, I think the real issue is I think, man, people don't know what they want. So like you said, I think there is some people that want to build somebody up, but it's just like they're not built for that process. So they get mad at building the guy up. You know, even though they want to build him up in the front end, they'll get mad like, I had to put all that work and time into you.
Man, SJ.
I never said that was going to make him happy.
California, SJ. California, unlike the East Coast, and probably more like Bronx, there's a bunch of people who are 6'4" and above. You think they playing basketball, but she got him on that devil weed, and he's staying. And with video games, she got him locked up. He California. What bus are you gonna take? It's gonna take you forever to get to where you need to get to. So she's the driver. She got the food delivered. He ain't going nowhere. He's not going nowhere. If anything, she got men on the side. Where he gonna go? He babysitting the children.
I mean,
we seen that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I feel like this, like, again, like, it's not guaranteed that is going to be the overall happiness. But again, because remember, women go by things that they feel, especially at the moment. And right now, as long as her emotions are engaged, where she's in tune and engulfed into like a sad man's problems, she, in her narcissistic type of way, is going to do whatever she can, right? Especially if she's a religious Christian type of woman. She's going to do the best that she can. Oh, and don't get with no Catholic. Oh my gosh, they're even worse. She's going to do the best that she can, right? To have
you talking about Connecticut and Long Island, huh?
I'm just saying that
we got M3 with the shades.
Thoughts, all right, and her mental. Say that, look, I accomplished something. I made a man. All right, I built
SJ,
him
how you
I
agree
added
with
certain
him
parts in his
about
brain.
Connecticut and Long Island? That's
I'm telling you, read some. Look. Okay, sophisticated. I know you and Manic be going through these Reddit articles. Watch, go find a Reddit article about a woman building a man up, and then probably read at the end what happens when that man is fully built up, and then he go cheat on her with some other bitch.
He about to. Yeah, he's not gonna live it.
Nah, but real quick, let me break down what the issue is.
Yeah.
Man, what they want is a constant. A lot of times, it's a constant contradiction.
Yeah.
So it's like they want a ambitious guy, but they also are, because they'll be like, I want an alpha man, a strong guy, but subconsciously they want him to also be weak and controllable, and it just doesn't go together. So that's what like Eboni Williams, she's probably like what you guys are saying to a certain degree. She's a control freak, but you can't control those type of guys that if they're truly alpha and masculine guys.
You can a little bit. You know how?
Not if they're truly that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about dudes that like just say the word and they're not really that at their core, but it just bumps heads. Go ahead.
Because of shame. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's because of shame. Because alphas care about what people view them in the community. So if she's able to shame you, she can control you.
No, I think that's a different. I think people care about like as far as like success maybe and stuff, but you're not going to fall to shame if you're truly like that. That's what I'm saying.
But she also sabotage your success.
I don't.
That's
you'll get away from that quick. You know what I'm saying? Once you see that's what I'm saying. A lot of people would say the terminology like, "Hey, I'm this and this," but if you start seeing those red flags, you're gonna get away from that quick. If you truly like tap into your success and stuff like that, you'll separate fast. I'm telling you, just seeing that dudes that operate like that.
But suppose SJ and M3, right? Just suppose. I'm going to look at the other side of it. But suppose they grew up in that environment and it's normalized. Not saying I'm going away from the narcissistic. Yes, narcissism, yes. SJ, what you said is true, right? But suppose there's another side to it that they grew up in that environment and they like this is what it's supposed to be.
Right.
No, I get you, because a lot of times you are gonna people do conform, but I always try to tell people, man, you do have the ability to like. We all know right from wrong to a certain degree, and that's what we were just talking about this the other day, where it's just like, man, at 15 and 16, most people know like this is right and wrong, but sometimes we just choose to go down certain paths because of like I said, attraction, whatever. And then people want to just hold on to that person and stuff versus like, sometimes a lot of people don't have an abundance mindset where they're just willing to walk away from like toxic things. So that's what I'm saying. More or less, that's what happens. It's just like people know it's wrong, it's bad, but they'll just stick with that person because they're like, damn, she's fine. Even though like control freak or even on the flip side, guys might have the same traits that I'm talking about, and then females don't want to detach from that guy because, like you were saying earlier, how he looks and stuff like that. So I think that tends to happen more than less.
Yeah, and this is not. I don't want everybody to know like this is not a black thing. This is like across all races because this is California. It's not a black thing. It's like you'll be surprised of how many men that you'll think are alphas, and it's like, oh, okay. Your girl control your whole life and you're just like another dependent for her. Like there's some men out here, again, don't have a lease, never did income tax because he's her dependent. So she claimed him. She's the person like when he gets checks. I mean, there's so much stuff that's going out here that people don't know. This is calling out the men. The men could come on here and say all this stuff, but like, yo, like you never had a lease in your name. You never bought a car in your name. You never filed taxes as the sole person in your name. You went from your mama to your wife or to your girlfriend. You the pass down.
Yeah,
So
me
you was
and Manic, go ahead.
like you was the mother's son to the house husband. The mother husband to the house husband to somebody else's household. And that's the sad part for us men. Like, we have to look at what's going on for a lot of men. And again, this is not a black issue. I've seen it across the board with men with all races, where it's like it's women want that. It's a security thing. Women are in control, and it's good for her. It's good for him, and it works. We don't see that a lot, and they won't come on this panel because this type of talk will probably destroy that dynamic.
But I think that's such a small population, though. That's what I'm saying, because it does exist. But I think the vast majority, I'll say, what's kind of going on for what I see is just like, I think a lot of people just don't know what they want, man. And when it comes to females and stuff, not to bash on them, but I think they want just a ton of options. You know, and I think that's what happens. And what I mean by that is it's like, okay, they want to work at first, which is fine. But then it's just like, when they get into a career and it might not work out too good, is like, then, okay, I want a guy to kind of like, let me get out of the working market. So that's what I'm saying. I think people just want so much of everything instead of all of us being like, look, man, we're all adults. Let's go out here. Let's work with somebody.
Why work?
I'm not going to get like everything I want in life, but this is how I need to function. And when I get with somebody, we need to, you know, both help each other out versus like me wanting to put all this burden on the next person. And that's what's happening.
Why work? Why work? Like, why work? A woman could be like, okay, you know what? I'm dating SJ. I see an M3 on the side, and I see Stan on the weekend. I got this one that's going to pay my bills by making sure he thinks I live at my mother's house. And he sends everything over there. I got everybody sending. I'm like, there's so much stuff, yo. Like, we have to look like they're a lot smarter than we give them credit for.
But dudes are just dumb. It's not even a smart thing mapping out like what you're saying. That's a us issue. It's like if dudes are sending money out and, you know, that ain't. That's what I'm saying, man. Like we shoot ourselves in the foot because I see what you're saying, but it's just like you shouldn't be like doing no costly stuff until like you locked in with a person.
Nobody wants to be. They don't want to be locked in because here's something like is the missing out on options and opportunity. And also what I see is like they want to also at the same time be in a committed relationship where you're committed, but she could freely go ahead and, you know, keep her options clear. Because we always hear hypergamy. Okay, what exactly then was men supposed to do then? Because they have to be a direct opposite of hypergamy. So if women are hypergamous, then what exactly are men? And I have never been answered that at all. Because if that came out and men exercise that right, I don't think, you know, hypergamy will take a back seat and then it'll be like, well, you need to go back to being the man and being faithful and loyal while I go ahead and do what I want to do based on my feelings. You know what I'm saying?
You're saying hypergamy?
Yeah, what's the opposite of hypergamy? Because if women's are hypergamous, then what exactly is men? And then do men are allowed to exercise that? Because I don't know. Because we always hear about hypergamy. This month is Men's Mental Health Month, but we don't even know ourselves. Because when I see men, and I'm sorry, Bronx, I know I threw y'all underneath the bus. I'm sorry, Bronx, but
I mess with y'all, Bronx. I was sticking up for y'all. Shoot, Stan.
Hey, Midtown all the way in Queens. What's up?
No, so like the issue, like to answer your question, Stan, the issue with guys is that we don't have standards. So like me and Manic will always say it. We'll be like, man, women are smart how they have their metrics, how they you know, where they're like, hey, I want a guy to be equal or above. And I think that's how guys should operate also. I don't mess with broke chicks. Man, if you ain't got your stuff together, I'm not messing with you. I don't give a damn.
You know, when I did that stuff, people said I was a gold digger. But
call me whatever. Like, hey, because it's like if you got your shit together, you should look like the Bible says. It's like, man, you should be looking for somebody that's equally yoked. But too many times, like, where guys be saying that dumb shit, like, oh, I'll mess with the chick at IHOP if she looks good. I'm like, damn that. Like, I'll take an average looking chick that got her shit together. So that's where the issue with guys are.
We're the leftovers. For black men, we're the leftovers. You know, my sister, she only got one eye, but you know, a black guy will marry her. We don't have standards.
But yeah, so we just focus so heavy on, I'll say guys, we focus so heavy on looks and stuff where, man, we'll that's our standard for the most part, well, most guys. And then they will like let everything else go. And that's where most dudes get left holding the bag, because instead of getting a girl that has like her stuff together, you know. So yeah.
It's just looks, because I think there's also something else to be loved. Can you imagine you're a man, never been loved, never been appreciated, never been cared for, regardless how this woman looked like, she done a lot of things that your mother, your sister, your aunt never done. That's a lot of times you see a bunch of built guys with these wells, and you're like, how's this happening? But like, if you look at it, I'm like, yo, like, it's because this woman did something. Yeah, we see California. I'm sorry, California. We see
that's how y'all be getting down in.
Oh, it's all bad for us here. I had some big girls told me like straight up, "You black, you supposed to like me." I'm like, I got my girlfriend. She'll kill me. Then you please leave me alone. Just walk away.
Damn. I don't know where
y'all on that type of time in California. That's what's going on over there.
I had some white women come at me at 2:00 with no shoes at Starbucks, barefoot. No shoes at Starbucks. Her mama got no shoes.
Y'all might need to move to Arizona or something. Y'all.
Oh, this is Vallejo, California. Had no barefoot with 30 feet. White woman come at me, and she's like, "Oh my God, you a big old black." I'm like, what? And she like, I want to invite you to the weekend in Napa. I'm like, no, you are not going to trap me in no farm and be 12 years of slavery up in these streets. Not doing it.
You would have been over there crushing grapes, huh?
But yeah, you probably turn out that drizzle moment, bro. Like, she could have took care of you.
Barefoot.
I think Stan smashed on some real shit. I think Stan went up there.
Barefoot at 2 p.m.
Yeah, man. Look, I had an old white woman that was trying to invite me to like her castle, right? That looked like Dracula. Even though I turned that down for obvious reasons, though. But
she's trying to sacrifice you to a demon.
Look. I mean, you know, she was like, oh, I'm a massage therapist, and you know, you want to drink water.
She is.
I got some room.
She said you wanted to drink some water.
Yeah, she said you need a drink, but this was like 12:00 midnight.
Oh, yeah, she was about to get you that roofies, You was about to get that Bill Cosby.
Oh Lord, you gonna wake up?
You was about to get that Bill Cosby. You was gonna wake up in the trunk of a car talking about.
Hey, SJ, she probably gonna have him tied up, milked up. Gonna sell his sperm on the Facebook.
That cat was about to be a mule out here. She was about to hydrate him.
Okay.
Shout out to M3 for dodging that one. Shit, you smart as hell, bro.
We'll be here next week. Where's M3 at?
She would have had IVs in him. He would have been sitting there just like stretched out.
It'll be like Mad Max 4.
Oh man.
But yo, like, man, SJ, I agree with you. Like, we have to like have a standard of like dating women that's up, but I see a lot more when it comes to men. I'm going to speak for black men, even like Latino men. They do date women regardless of looks, health, and age. Because I got some friends who are young and they marry some 50-year-old women or 60. Because
what age are they though?
Huh?
I said, what age are those guys? What'd you say?
30, 40.
Marrying?
Yeah. Because she loved him and he'd never been loved. And I think that's something, and I know it sounds soft, but if you wake up every day for a lot of times in your life and you're told that you ain't S and you look like your father, that's why I can't stand you. I wish I swallowed you. Now you hear those messages every day, and then you meet somebody that gives you value. He's gonna go there, and you know, we might call them simps and everything else, but I think it's cutting deeper because, you know, for you to give up your reproduction rights to date and marry a 60-year-old woman and you're young yourself and she quits the job and you have to take a job and support the family, her kids, and also her mother and father, like,
I mean, wouldn't he be dead by now? I mean, she's 60 though. I won't even touch the
she living
motherfucker.
because he got that good insurance from the job.
but here's the thing. I will say this though. I think you are right at that part on a psychology type of level. But the thing is, like, as far as like us like trying to hold on to like a new standard, bro, like, to be honest with you, like, realistically, it's impossible, man, to like try to stay true to your standards because of all those people who are traumatized, those traumatized simps. You got too many people that outweigh people like us that is lowering their standards just so they could be loved by a certain caliber of women, and they could take whatever that 70, 80, whatever. It's really hard to really tell these women, hey, I'm a man of value. I could be single. I could be like Eboni K. Williams or whatever, stick to my guns. Unfortunately, we don't have those type of options that we could do. And so it's easier for a man, like if you see a woman that look good, that has really great fertility, yes, you will try to build this poor woman up that's working from like, Chick-fil-A and In-N-Out, and you're going to pretty much put her into a status based on what you're currently doing right now. But they will not do the same for us if it was the other way around. You better not work for Burger King. You better not work for Walmart and Target. You are going to get looked down on by a woman that's already in her profession. But unfortunately, we set the bar and the standard that it's okay for you to start from ground zero because we will come rescue and pick you up.
Can I add something else to this? And again, I plead the fifth.
Sure, and then I gotta get ready to go in a minute.
Okay, a lot of times if you're single and you're a man and you're happy and you did everything right, there are some women who see that one as a challenge, and a lot of them want to break you. What you say, M3, about buck break is the truth. There are some women that are like, I'm going to give your daughter a sibling. I don't care how I'm going to do it, and you don't need to worry about it. And I'm just like, don't cook for me. I'll meet you where I need to meet you. Don't cook for me. Don't order for me. Don't cook. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of women that is their goal. It's fun. It's a game to them. They want to break you from having standards and goals, and because they want to put it in your face like, yeah, remember when you said you was that? You thought you were big and bad? I got you. Remember you said you ain't date no single moms? Well, I got 6 kids. Where you hit those kids at? Don't worry about it. What? A lot of time, it's a game. It's really a game out here.
But real quick, because what men got to do is, and when we were talking about standards, man, you got to set that standard. So it's just like with me, like I said, I ain't even joking. Like I ain't messing with no broke chick. So I think the way guys typically like narrow down, it starts with looks, and then they start trying to like, like lessen the pull and stuff based off of looks, where you're supposed to have like certain set standards and metrics. So for like me, you gotta be in a certain range, and then from that range where you like narrow it down, then that's where you probably start looking at like looks and stuff. It should be like third on there. You narrow your pool, and then you look for looks out of that pool of people that got their shit together. But what y'all do, y'all pool be so big, then you like, yeah, y'all look for strictly looks, and then it's like, okay, man, I'll look for characteristics and stuff after that. Characteristics and values is like 4th and 5th, where it should be like, at the top of the list, and that's what happens. So
yeah, my brother, he always like, yo, bro, don't drink, because you'll see that fat ass. Next you know, I got an ugly nephew next year.
So it's like, if you're a guy, you make about 50,000, your girl should make about 50,000. You make about 70, your girl should make about 70,000. You should go below. You don't go below that.
That's not what they say. They say this: if he makes 50,000 and I make 50,000, that means that he needs to get a second job,
Nah, see, y'all messing with the wrong ones, man. When you get the one that rocks with you, that's what I'm saying. Your pull is the one like, hey, look, I make 50,000. You willing to work with me on this? And then the other girls, they're gonna be like, oh hell no, you have to make more or this. But the ones say that like you talk to 10 girls, probably 6 of them gonna be like, oh hell no, you got, like you said, you gotta make more. But them 4 that stick around, that's your pull, man. That you like talk to those ones. You see what characteristics they got the best values, and then that's where you start narrowing it down. To see y'all dudes be wanting all of them. They'll be letting IHOP workers in. Like you said, chicks with 2.
What's wrong with IHOP workers though?
There's nothing wrong if you're an IHOP worker. If you're an IHOP worker, that's your market. You mess with the IHOP worker girl. If you make 50,000, your girl should make in that range, man. If you make like 70, your girl should make around that range. You make 6 digits, you get a 6-digit chick.
Yeah,
and that's the issue with guys, that they don't stick to those standards like that. Well, like I said, y'all want to build up everybody.
Basically, like the status doesn't really matter what you do. It's that like the amount does matter. That's just like the same thing, like how some people will look down on a garbage man and be like, oh, like that dude is nasty, right? But that's my phone?
That's the cops. They're like, look, we about to kick in your front door.
Hold on for a second. I had this shit like on mute.
Cinderella complex and the princess. We're supposed to save them. That's our job as men. We're supposed to save.
But see, that's y'all issue. That's what guys keep on getting caught up with the system and stuff, trying to save everybody instead of that one that's equally yoked with you.
But that's the whole thing about equally yoked. You're supposed to save them. That's being equally yoked.
That's y'all issue. Y'all want to save everybody. Then like you'll be like Tyrese talk about like, I'm gonna go protest the child support courts because y'all don't want to listen.
But Disney said that if I work hard and become Prince Valiant, because of me, he now gone to upper status, so therefore we are equally yoked.
Nah, see, that's y'all issue. Because think about the kings and queens, like back in the day. They even mess with like they will pull people from like other noble families. You know, for the most part, they'll marry off and stuff. So,
but that didn't happen for Cinderella. She was a peasant. And then,
here you go with these
right? Because that's love. Because that's what's supposed to happen.
See, Stan would be the mess the girl that work at Waffle House. He's up here leveling up. You're gonna mess with the chick at Waffle House. You're gonna get with her, and she gonna mess your life up because she don't understand like the level of sacrifices. She don't understand the finances, and that's what happens. Now she, you know, put a kid on her. She's going down there. She's like, I want half. Y'all better stop messing around with this.
Hey, you know what? I forgot the guy that you normally do a show with besides Max, the other guy. I think his name is D.
Oh, Dane.
Dane. I would like in the future, like if we can do a fairy tale synopsis on Disney from the male point of view.
Oh, okay. Give us some movies. We'll break it down.
Because Aladdin is a good one. I was growing up with Aladdin, and we like this is for us. And what Aladdin taught us as boys was if I slung good D, I too could be a king. That's what Aladdin taught the boy. Seriously, because Aladdin.
So that was the whole message you got from the movie, huh?
Well, also the message we got from the other one, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. If you're naturally ugly and not done by an evil witch, you never get the girl. So, it's a horrible, but that's what Disney do. Like, nobody asks us men, how did it shape us? And when I saw Aladdin was basically how Stella got her groove back. Like, you're a street rat, you're from the hood, you just go ahead, play a little basketball, go to community college, meet all these single women, get paid to get laid. We
definitely might have to do a Disney delusion show and break down some of them. I'm gonna have to watch some of them. I ain't seen them in so long.
Yeah, that's what Aladdin was. He was a, and also his father was a thug. He was the king of thieves.
I remember that too.
But didn't he save homegirl or something?
That's the first one, but in number 3, you find out Aladdin's father was the king of thieves, and he left the mom, but he didn't know that she passed away. But that shows like, oh, she's drawn to bad boys. Jasmine is drawn to bad boys, and that's another lesson you learn from Aladdin. You know, Jasmine liked the bad boys. He was a street rat. How all them prostitutes knew him if he had no money?
Oh Lord, I'm gonna have to watch this, man. I ain't seen it.
That's
Hey,
what I'm saying.
You know, the funny part was that he wanted to conform to like the way how he thought that she wanted him to be, but she appreciate him for just being his street rat self. So, hey,
So ladies like the thugs because he was trying to elevate, go to college, did the whole route, military, go to college, working 9 to 5, and she like, I want that. I want the one from the Bronx. That new
This is man funny, man.
If you know, you know. So
But all right, I know we got to wrap up. M3 got to get up out of here.
yeah, I do have to go, y'all. But look,
So the whole outtake, Eboni K. Williams ain't shit. That's pretty much the whole synopsis of this, the summary.
check your sperm. Don't contact us. SJ wife will kill you. Don't contact him. He ain't give you no sperm. M3 wife will kill you. Don't contact him. Don't contact me. I ain't giving you nothing except for pain. No pleasure. But no sperm. Don't contact.
I'm not trying to have my kids walking around in the streets in the next like 20 years and be like, you look like my daddy. You could be my daddy. Nope. But anyways,
That
y'all.
happened to me one time.
Yeah, we'll save that for Talk to Tuesday whenever we have that back open again. But yeah, man. So everybody, thank you guys for tuning in to Knowledge Relationships Reckless Reviews. Make sure you guys get the likes up, subscribe to the channel. Look, everybody, I know y'all love to donate on YouTube, but y'all need to start donating on Cash App. Okay, it's above my freaking head. Cash App above Stan's head is the Venmo. Above Sophisticated Jerk's head is the PayPal. You have 3 options to pay us, all right? Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. So again, if you guys like the content and you guys really want to see us do more, please start donating and cut off the middleman. Anyways, thank you guys for your time, for watching and tuning in. And please make sure you guys get the likes up, everybody. And then with that being said, we are out. Peace.
All right, peace.